This is gonna be a gem overload right now.
A serious one.
It's long.
Well, you're already putting like a cap on what you can do. As you said, the bucket's flowing, it's not capped. So you have to use words such as I can do this, I will do this. And when you start using words like that, you start to believe it.
That's what I
Operating
think.
with a scarcity mindset isn't even a natural way of thinking.
Chat to me.
When you think of the universe and how the universe is, it operates in abundance.
Yep.
You'll cut grass, it'll go right back up.
Yes.
Discipline and consistency as the glue that holds your success together. That formula, you'll never go wrong, I swear.
I would disagree. I don't think we're in the same lane. I think we're in the same field but different lanes.
I like that.
See what I'm saying? We're different
Elaborate
people.
on that.
Our paths are different, and they'll end up in different places. But then the lanes might still be next to each other because we're still on the same field.
Yeah.
So you might,
see what I'm saying?
support your people, because at the end of the day, we all have the same end goal, which is to retire mumsy, which is to be successful, which is to live in accordance with our purpose. You know what I mean?
If I'm winning, they can't win. But the thing is that me and John did the maths today, right? There's 7.3 billion people on this earth, which means there's 40.6 billion eyes. If that's the case, why, if you guys win or someone else wins, we can't win too? Of course we can win.
But people today, matter of fact, why am I'm so glum?
So
Glum and down.
Come on, man.
What's happening, people?
Live.
Yeah,
What
man.
is good? We're live in full effect. Obviously, you know me, Jonathan. You got.
Coach Clerk say, what's up, people? Hope you
Know
guys
what
are
I'm
all
saying?
doing well today.
We're inside, and we've actually got a very let me move this because it's actually kind of like in your face.
Yeah, man.
Got a very special. We've got a very special 2 guests. Yeah, and I got 2 words:
Yeah, man.
energy and strong.
Strong.
Strong. What are you not saying?
Yeah,
All right.
man.
Energizer podcast.
Come on,
Before
man.
any further, this episode here has been one for a long time in the works. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
The pipeline. Since what? June now? Since May, June?
Yeah, for a minute still.
Well, for a minute now, we've been saying we're going to do this. And I'm so thankful now it's come to pass right now, because we're meant to do it last month now. And we're like, oh no, we have to change a few plans. But finally, the calendars aligned and we're here today in the studio. And guys, watch to the end, because it'll be a very, very informative and very, very purpose-led episode today.
Strong.
Charged up. And you got the WWE intros.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So first things first, as we said, Energizer Podcast, these are brothers doing amazing stuff. So first things first.
We're gonna put your stuff up as well. You know what I mean?
No,
Straight.
Shout
so
out.
first of all,
Appreciate that, man.
big up Mr. Tay, GQ
Ah,
brand.
Boss.
GQ brand.
Yeah.
If you're not wearing it today,
Nah.
Trendsetter London,
Come on. You know what it is
amazing.
Today we're rocking Energizer and Trendsetter.
Oh,
How you mean?
he's rocking it. All right.
Okay, so Trendsetter London, GQ. I can't do it service, but it's an
can't do it justice.
amazing brand. And obviously, big up Ty. I just found out today, just now, man's a project manager for big companies. I'm not gonna say the
Big
names.
company. We can't say the name.
Just out here, you know what I'm saying?
How can
We
we?
can't, man. But I just say man's doing big things. Also, as well as that too, on the side, little web designing too.
Little.
Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, right.
Big.
Nothing ain't liquor around here. You know what I'm saying? All right, dog. Is it?
Big,
Yeah,
big
man.
web designer, man. So we're very privileged for the man to be here today, man. It's gonna be an
Appreciate
amazing
it, man.
episode. So yeah, man.
Oh, congratulations to you,
Oh yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
The place where you work.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank
Congratulations.
you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you,
Been a
man.
long time coming. Start up his role.
Yeah, likewise, man.
We've been meaning a lot of people have wanted us to come on the podcast.
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
serious.
Finally made it happen. It's nothing but a blessing for us to be on this podcast.
100%.
Nah, serious still.
Appreciate it.
This is gonna be a gem overload right now.
serious
you know what I mean?
one.
It's
Yeah, man.
long.
But
And
first
it's only episode 1 as well.
Right.
More coming soon, isn't
Trust
it?
and believe, man. But first things first. How's everyone doing? How you guys doing? Very
Go on, bro.
briefly.
Should I go first, yeah? No, I'm good, you know.
Yeah.
I'm good. Right now, I'm just grateful, bro. Like, life is just life right now.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Grateful. I feel like I'm just in an attitude of gratitude at the moment.
I love that.
I like that. Attitude of gratitude.
Attitude of gratitude.
Serious.
All right.
And then, you know what? That's a very important word. You know why? Because attitude is a choice.
Yeah.
You choose your choice. You choose your attitude. So when you said
100%.
that attitude of gratitude, you have to choose to be grateful. Because if not,
100%.
you can live a life of, oh my gosh, life's not going my way. But you have to choose intentionally to be like, I'm grateful for what I'm doing right
100%.
now.
You know, even if your life ain't going how you want it to go, there's still things to be grateful
Precisely, bro.
for. The fact that
Precisely.
you woke up today and you're still breathing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, that's the biggest blessing.
Come on, man.
And the fact that you got here safe, bro. That traffic
Bro,
is.
that ain't no joke, dog. I
Bro,
said
you
down.
see the way that people are driving these days?
Yeah, man, it's crazy still.
Mad.
Absolutely nuts, bro.
It's
We need to
nuts.
go and crash a couple times.
Humble time.
Yeah, it's peak.
Couple times. It wasn't humble.
It weren't your time, no.
Time. What about you, boss? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I
Yeah.
can't lie. I feel like, first of all, I'm blessed, man. Seriously
man.
blessed. The
First
fact that
first.
all 4 of us woke up this morning,
Yeah.
just want to drop in 65,000 people on average die every day, innit? It wasn't one of us 4,
Wow.
innit? It might be a bit outdated, but
Yeah.
a lot of 1,000 people
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
make
yeah.
it to the morning, you see, and us 4 did. So on that note, I'm grateful. Overall, my life is good, man. I can't lie. I feel like the universe wants me to step up and take on more responsibility, which is exactly what I'm doing. I feel like as I'm kind of becoming a bit more advanced in my multi-professions per se,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being pushed to go to the next level. So it's about stepping up to the plate, man.
like
But I'm
that,
good,
I
man.
like
Can't
that.
lie.
Very briefly, broski.
That's a nice little segue.
Yeah. Well, but first of all, how are you doing though?
Oh, I'm calm.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
I'm out here.
I've stopped saying that I'm alright. You know how people say, yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, I'm alright.
But you're not
I've stopped
doing
saying,
it.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not alright.
Yeah.
And even off the back of something that you lot said in one of your episodes,
Yeah.
like literally, as you just said, no, like life's good. As you said the other
Life
day,
is good.
life's good. And I think you said like living in your purpose. Like
Yeah.
you're living in your purpose right now.
Exactly.
You're
Life
doing the
is-
things
is
that you
better
want
than
to
good,
do.
do you know what I
So
mean?
do you know what I'm saying? Life's outstanding.
Exactly.
Life's amazing. right now.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
So I'm amazing, bro. How are you, bro?
Bro, similar to what they just said there, but I'm in a very grateful mood today, man. I woke up this morning, I just gave thanks, man, because end of the day, bro, life could be so different right now. I'm walking in purpose, I'm living in purpose, I'm in good shape.
Got your new role?
Got a new role now. Got a I'm walking in purpose. So I can't. What's there for me to be upset about? Like, of course, life's not always perfect, and us four here, we show that life's not perfect. We're very vulnerable what we do, but I'm grateful nonetheless because through it all, the ups always outdo the lows. So I'm grateful for that, man. But we segue away to the next bit right now. What we do with all our guests, right? We ask them a question, and the question is this, right? If this part of your life was a chapter, what would it be called and why?
That's a good question.
Chapter
Who-
in
who
your
wants
book
to
of
go
life.
first?
The book of Tay, the book of Tay.
Let me think.
So repeat the question again, my bro.
Okay, so if this part of your life was a chapter, what would it be called and why?
In your book of life.
Your
In
book.
my
My
book of life. Tay's book of life.
Give you a few points. So Kia, pick up Kia.
Yeah.
Big up
She
Kia
said her chapter
Commodore.
was becoming.
Mm.
Our boy Shay, he said that his chapter right now was growth. These are a few words they've used for their chapters.
Good chapters.
Good chapter name.
I'll probably say realization.
Oh my god, on my life. On my life. On my life.
Yeah?
bro. That was my word. On my
Both
life.
of them.
On my life. that was my
I
word.
said-
Stop for real.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Wait a second. Okay, you explain why it's yours. and
For
it's
me,
yours.
I would say realization because I fucked up your whole chat.
No,
I'm sorry,
no, it's alright. You can have. You might have different explanations.
Yeah, true.
Word.
So for me, the reason why I'd say this chapter of my life called realization because it's just simply me realizing the amount of weight that I actually hold, and I feel like even little things like let's take it to the podcast since we're here now with Energizer. I've been doing this for like 8-9 months now, and the impact.
Congratulations.
Thank appreciate that, bro. The impact has made me realize that people actually listen and take in my voice. People actually listen and value my opinion. Do you know what I mean? So this chapter's called realization because I'm realizing that I am the man I always thought I was going to be. That's what I would say.
I was
still.
like, first of all, understanding that people actually are taking your words in.
I'd say it's overwhelming because
good word.
I feel like now that we actually have a platform, I want to make sure that the platform is used to help and impact people, as many as possible, firstly,
Precisely.
and create as deep an impact as possible. I don't want to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just watching Ty Calm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me just
yeah,
chat
yeah.
to him again. Nah, you're watching Ty, be like, raw, like actually, he introduced me to something. He challenged my beliefs. So I'd say, to sum it up in one word, I'd say overwhelming in a good way. That's what
I
I'd
love
say.
that, man. I
So
love that.
before we go any further, can you explain what the Energizer podcast is? Because we haven't even
Yeah,
said
that's
that
true,
yet.
that is
We haven't
true.
even said
Please
that.
do, man, them.
So I'll break it down briefly. The Energizer is a podcast that's set to inspire people. So, I mean, I came across a quote from Nipsey Hussle, which is the highest human act is to inspire. So,
That's good. That's
So
good.
that's what we're all about: inspiring people, motivating people. Even if you're in one of the worst situations in your life,
Yeah.
Energizer's there to let you know there's more to life. than your
Precisely.
situation.
100%.
That makes sense, you understand?
Precisely.
So it's just giving people energy, man. You get your daily dose of energy every Sunday.
Yeah.
That's what,
Weekly dose.
yeah,
Weekly dose.
sorry.
Easier.
Weekly.
That's alright.
That's proper good, man.
People might listen
Yeah.
to it daily.
Yeah, strong. And even adding on to Tay's point as well, Energizer podcast, we specialize in talking about, you know, self-development, business, entrepreneurship, personal growth, mindset, the whole nine. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like one bit that we're very big on is energy, not just from like a face value perspective, being either the name energy or the fact that we always have energy, but on a deeper level, like collectively all four of us, but specifically for, even though we're all the same, we're all young black men, and I feel like that in itself is unique because for me, for example, I got a hand tattoo that I'm proud to have. Do you know what I mean? People might have their own stereotypes towards myself, but you're gonna come listen to the podcast and tap in and be like, "Rah, these guys actually have gems." Do you know what I mean? So it's about breaking that stereotype and creating our own lane. That's what the Energizer Pod is.
That's something that we always say as well. It's like all you need is 10 minutes. Take us in for 10 minutes.
Exactly.
You'll be hooked.
So you need
Exactly.
If people look at us straight away, they'll be thinking all the stereotypes as you said there. But we actually look at the heart and what we're saying. It's bigger than just our appearances. And what we're doing right now, we're trying to break the stereotypes of what people think about us because
Break the
it's bigger,
mold.
it's bigger than just
Break
what
the mold,
they see.
yeah.
It's more about what's in the heart. You know what I'm saying? But let's go back a little bit, please.
Wait, no.
What?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Yeah, Rob's like, what?
What? Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I feel like it's mad that we both came up with the same word.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. That's the word that came to mind
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
It's all about realization. Right now, I feel like I'm coming to the point where I'm realizing who Tay actually is. You know what I mean? the whole 20 years of my life, it's been about finding out who I am, what I actually like, what is the internal T, and I feel like I'm slowly starting to figure out who that person is. You know, I'm starting to figure out, it's like I can start doing more. Do you understand? I feel more open about speaking. I feel more open about taking this because I know that I'm capable of doing it.
I like that. I like
You prove it to yourself.
So, yeah, man, trust me.
You prove it to yourself multiple times that you can.
100.
GQ featured brand, bro.
You see me?
Bro, it's not by chance, man.
And this is the second GQ feature, fam.
Bro, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Because it's your hard work, I like.
Shout
That's
out
how I
to-
live my life.
Bro, that's what
Good.
it's all about, bro, man.
Before the whole Tay trendsetter, it's FCHW. Do you understand?
Wow.
Oh.
Faith.
Tell us about Trendsetter as well.
Yeah, so Trendsetter, I started Trendsetter back in 2017.
Okay.
Wow.
So these times I'm young, I'm still in school these times. You know how it goes, sometimes you're getting a bit of trouble. I was that kid in school that getting into a bit of trouble. One of my only black teachers, shout out Mr. Laye, yeah.
Come
He's
on,
the
man.
Big
reason
up.
I
Shout him out.
started. He said, like, Tay, like, you're wasting your energy, do you understand? You're very creative, but you're putting it to the wrong use, bro. Do you understand?
That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
He literally spoke to me like he's one of my brethren.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
whole
yeah.
teacher thing, like,
Yeah,
Tay,
yeah,
boy
yeah.
to boy, pattern up. He said,
Wow.
I reckon if you start a business, you can go far with it. That's all I needed.
Wow.
That little switch there, boom.
Yeah.
And then what's mad about it, that conversation was about 5 of us, but it's like I'm the only one who really heard what he said. Do you get me? After that, ideas. I'm sitting in Spanish class, writing down different business ideas. I'm thinking, I'm young at this time. How am I writing a business idea?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
my mind was just opened up to the possibilities now. Do you get me? I started Trendsetter, and then a bit of background on what the name actually means.
Yeah.
My initials are TSL, so that's where Trendsetter London came from.
Right. Okay.
So there's a lot of meaning behind the
Strong.
brand.
Well, we'll talk about a bit later on with the fact it's on the right hand side.
Right-hand side,
We'll talk about that a bit later on too, man. We did our research, man. Trust and
come
believe,
on,
man.
guys,
You should listen into the CEO cast episode with Tommy Mallet.
Yeah, I think I've watched it actually.
Yeah, it's a it's a good episode, and the way that he breaks down his brand. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's get back on track.
100%, man. But before we go any further, I remember it was the other day now. We met you for the first time at our event.
Yes.
How did you guys find that, man?
I'll jump in first, man. I can't lie, that's the best networking event I've ever been to, innit?
Wow.
You
And I
heard
said
it here
was-
first.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quote that.
See me?
Yeah.
That's the best networking event I've ever been to, innit? Just the vibes, firstly,
Yeah.
was always on 10. It was immaculate. Genuinely, I did not see one person who was like, you know, sometimes you're at an event and just like, why am I here, man?
Yeah,
Hurry up
yeah.
and speak and let me go on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it weren't like that at all. Like, I was actually like, just sold into the idea of everything. Like, I like the way the event went. I can't lie, I took a lot of gems from it, man. That touched me genuinely. Not just you two individually, but the rest of the man. Them shout out Denzel, shout out Poku, Austin. Collectively, as the whole event, it really did impact me a lot, man. So I appreciate you guys for facilitating
Love
that.
for coming,
And
bro.
I
Love
really
for coming,
do.
man.
It was good, man. It was good.
Strong. I said it to you this morning, my bro.
Yeah, man.
The way you guys articulated yourself on the stage, bro. 10 out of 10. You understand what I mean? Like,
Appreciate
you put
you.
the point across fully, and I feel like everyone in the audience or crowd took in exactly what you guys put out there. You understand what I mean? And it's like people that I met at that event are helping me in my business now.
That's
What,
crazy.
really?
So if I didn't go to that networking event, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Do you
That is
understand what I mean?
amazing,
Wow.
man.
Appreciate you guys for real.
I
man.
appreciate you
Appreciate
too,
you
man.
guys,
Appreciate
yeah.
you.
Big.
And
Strong.
Before we,
Strong.
How did you not find it though, man? Like, obviously,
Amazing.
that's your first
Yeah.
event.
Amazing,
How did
bro.
you guys find it though?
me and Joe said the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I didn't deep it. We didn't deep it until we're on the stage talking that we're actually doing this because we're like preparing it for the last 2 months now, or one and a half months now. All the work we're putting in behind the scenes, and then we're on the stage, and I turned around. You know, I did the purpose lit to the wall at the back. That's when I deep like, rah.
Yeah.
250 people inside the now. Like it's crazy, but for me, as you said, similar to yourself, bro, overwhelming, but in a good way. A good way because all how what we put into it is coming to fruition right now. That's my thing right there, man. What about you, broski?
Same way.
Same way, yeah.
Literally, because we literally said the same thing.
100%, man. I hope you guys do your own events in the future too, man.
Yeah,
Honestly.
we got some stuff in the pipeline,
Come
man.
on,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Good
So I
stuff.
just, but
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
definitely.
What is
you
there,
know-
we're there to support it, man.
100%.
It looks beautifully.
Yeah, that was a good
Oh,
segue.
nice
See what I
segue.
did?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would
man.
almost think it's planned.
Segwaying was there.
No, but what's it called? That fits beautifully into what we'll talk about today, which
Yeah.
is about abundance. And the thing is, though, it's no secret, man. No elephant in the room. We are all in a very similar space: personal development,
Facts.
mindset, positivity. That's what we're all about. However, one thing which is for sure is this: what we're doing is very different to what you're doing. Even though it's very similar, it's different in the same place. And what we're trying to reinforce in the people is this: you can be in your own lane and still win. Us being in a lane similar to someone else and then winning too. A lot of people feel like if I'm in my lane and they're in the lane too, I can't win.
I would disagree. I don't think we're in the same lane. I think we're in the same field but different lanes.
I like that.
See what I'm saying? We're
Fairfield,
different
Elaborate
people.
on that.
We're different people. How can we be in the same lane? Each lane is our paths are different, and they'll end up in different places. But then the lanes might still be next to each other
Yeah.
because we're still on the same field.
Yeah.
So you might, yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
the thing. A lot of people feel like if they're in the same field, if I'm winning, they can't win. But the thing is that me and John did the maths today, right? There's 7.3 billion people on this earth, which means there's 40.6 billion eyes. And also that means there's 40.6 billion ears. So if that's the case, why, if you guys win or someone else wins, we can't win too? Of course we can win. So what we want to do today in this episode is to show to the people we can win, they can win, everyone can win. And that's for you in your own lives too, because at the end of the day, you might be in a lane, you might start your hair business, your nail business, YouTube, anything, digital marketing, anything, web design, clothing brand. You might be thinking to yourself, right, bro's done his thing, how am I going to do my one? He started his web design, how am I going to do my one? But what we're trying to reinforce to you guys is this: you can win and they can win too. That's the whole point of this episode today.
And another thing is as well, when you get into a certain field, it feels like everyone's doing it. Have you ever heard of that thing where it's like the yellow car, like the yellow car effect?
Yeah. Once you see it all the time.
Once you see it, exactly. Bro, see the way that we're...
When you spot a car out there, it's like, all of a sudden you see the car driving on the road.
Yeah. So when I was looking for cars, Fiesta, you know what I mean? I was looking for Fiesta, and I remember I saw this blue Fiesta. It was a weird color blue. I'm like, who would get that color car? I've never seen it before in my life. Bro, I guarantee you that week I saw 3.
Swear.
I saw 3 of them. But it's not like I just saw them. I noticed 3 of them. I was always seeing them before, but I noticed 3 of them. And then when you get into a particular space, it feels like everybody's doing the same thing, which could even make you feel small.
Do you know why? Even adding on to your point there, bro. We all got to understand, or for everyone watching, that which you focus on expands. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you're putting your energy and attention onto certain things, let's take it with your example with the blue Fiesta car. You don't know that subconsciously you're putting energy towards that just for you to acknowledge it the first time. And now, because that's baked into your subconscious, you didn't even know that even when you think you're not consciously looking at it, your subconscious mind is still looking to pick that out. So now when you're going through your day, you're on the bus, on the phone with a man them in the car, oh shit, it's the blue car, because subconsciously your mind is still set to the blue car. Do you know what I mean? Same way, like you said with your example, if there's people in the same field as you, I can be like, oh my days, these guys doing the same thing as me, and then because I've so fixated on you guys and putting that out, I'm gonna find other podcasts in the same lane as me. Do you know what I mean? So just focus on yourself, man. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like it's all about being unique. We're in the same field, but we're completely different. Do you understand? And I feel like creativity and competition can't exist. Do you understand what I mean? So from time you're being creative and you got your own lane, there's no one that you're competing with because there's no one like you.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
I was literally thinking this morning, right?
That's what. Sorry, it just came straight off of what I was saying in terms of like the same field but different lanes.
I like that.
Go on, bro.
I was literally thinking this morning, a word kept coming to my head: custom made. Like you understand, everything we have is there for a reason. The way you guys think, the way we see things is there for a reason. We're custom made for a reason. So if that's the case, that means we're here for a designated purpose, a singular purpose. So when you're focusing on other people, think about, oh, look at that, what they're doing. Oh, he's doing this, he's got this. You're not focusing on what you're doing, which you said there. You're literally moving your energy away from what you really should be focusing on, which is bettering yourself.
100%.
So that's exactly why I want to talk about this today, man. Because guys, please take this in. Whatever you're doing right now, there's enough food. As long as you're persistent, consistent, put the hard work in for you to eat. That's it. We're showing it right now. They're doing their thing. We're very proud of you. I'm sure likewise too, very proud of us too,
100%, man.
You see what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to reinforce today, man. But before we go any further, first question to all of us: what do you guys consider abundance? What is abundance? What's abundance mindset to you all?
Good question.
I feel like an abundance mindset is just knowing that there's an overflow.
I like that.
I like that.
Like, think of a bucket now.
Yeah.
The bucket's gonna get filled to the top.
Yeah.
But the abundance is the water's gonna flow outside of the bucket now. Do you understand? Like, there's no limit to this thing.
I like
Whether
that.
that comes with friends, money, business. Look at life abundantly.
Yes.
Know that there's not a limit, there's not a capacity to the way that you live your life. Do you understand?
I love that.
Strong.
I love that, man.
I don't think I could even jump, but I agree still 100%. Like that's
100%.
literally the exact way I would describe it. And I would also say, to add on to that abundance is simply when you set your mind to see things through a perspective of more of rather than less of. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously abundance being the opposite of scarcity, scarcity being lack of. For me to be an abundant being, I think that there's more of. We can both win. There is more like-minded young black kings out there as well, which is perfectly fine. There is more than enough success for both of us, all 4 of us in this room. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking abundantly in everything that I do, rather than thinking of, oh my days, oh I have to win and it's either me or it's either or, but it's always and. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what Austin was saying as well. Yeah.
Everyone thinks either or. Why can't I be both?
Yeah.
Why
You
not?
see what I'm saying?
And after Austin said that, we just started saying it to everything. It's like, oh, should we do this or should we do that? We can do both.
Why not?
Why
That's
not?
what I'm saying, bro. What about you? What does abundant mean to you, bro?
I just simply and easily, I literally just think there is enough food for everyone to eat. There's literally enough for everyone to eat. So why be scarce in this? Be abundant.
You know what's so interesting too about abundance mindset? From primary school, we haven't been taught this, you know. Deep it, right?
Go on.
There's a certain amount of people who get A stars in classes, which is reinforced to you that enough people can get A stars. I can't. If I can't get A star, that means I settle for less. That's what we've been taught from primary school from early. There's enough people, there's a certain amount of people who can win or get a top grade and have to settle for less. But the thing is that when it comes to the real world, the people who really, really eat in real life, they go against that completely. It's completely juxtaposed. What they realize, what they say, and what actually goes on is that I can win, you can win, we can win together. But school unfortunately doesn't really teach us that stuff there, man. So it's all up to us, to actually understand what school taught us and go against it and subvert it. Because at the end of the day, if we live in a mindset where certain amount of people can win, they will get jealous and start living in scarcity, as you said, living in lack, thinking, right, okay, if they've got it, then that means I can't do it because they're already in their lane. I can't do anything for myself.
Talking facts. And I'd even jump in and go as far as saying that for someone to be jealous, deep down, you're really just jealousy is just an external manifestation of insecurity within thyself.
Insecurity.
Because man's always on me. This guy's like, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. That's spoken than that. You don't like that myself.
Let you run a bit today.
Let me run. But that's what I believe in it. Like internally, if you're insecure, that's gonna manifest into being jealous. Because why are you being jealous of someone that you know you can be on the same wavelength for them, or not even you don't want to be on the same wavelength because you're so focused on you being in your own wavelength. Do you know what I mean?
You know what it is?
That's what I
Operating
think.
with scarcity mindset isn't even a natural way of thinking.
Chat to me.
When you think of the universe and how the universe is, it operates in abundance.
Yep.
You'll cut grass, it'll go right back up. You get me?
Yeah.
You'll cut a tree, the tree's gonna it's not gonna go back up, but another tree will cut.
Yeah.
The world just operates in abundance. Look at the ocean. The ocean's vast.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's nothing about the world that is scarcity.
And we haven't even discovered most of the ocean as well.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Abundant.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So yeah, man, like the world operates in abundance. So it's only right that you fit into that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Nah,
you're
facts.
You're not operating with the universal laws, as Nero would say. Innit?
Yeah.
Big up
Shout out
Nero.
Nero, man.
Do you know what's interesting about shout out Nero too? Do you know what's interesting about abundance mindset, right? For me, the way I see it, it all stems from your language. I know you spoke about it actually on one of your podcast episodes, and you probably said the same thing too. You don't use words such as maybe. You don't know how to spell maybe. You said.
Yeah, right. MAGHQ.
You don't know how to spell it, but bro, I'm very, very big on language, as we all are here. Like, I don't use words such as try. If the man says try,
Anytime I say try it, this guy.
I'm like, what?
You
Because,
know
bro,
what I mean?
what kind of word is that? Trying, maybe, ifs, coulda, woulda. That's not abundant mind. Yeah,
right.
what you're already putting like a cap on what you can do. As you said, the bucket's flowing. It's not capped. It's flowing. It's flowing. So you have to use words such as I can do this. I will do this. And when you start using words like that, you start to believe it. You know what I mean?
100%.
You think before you think, and then it comes to reality. You know what I'm saying? Like
Fruition.
that's what I believe in, man.
And what I always say, as within, as without, innit? So if you think
Facts.
within your mind scarcity, that's all you're gonna see, bro.
100%,
That's
man.
what's gonna become your reality. You're gonna see scarcity around you. You're gonna see that your family don't have a lot of money.
Precisely.
And I'm not saying it all starts with your mind, like your mind's a magical thing, but
Nah,
as soon as you switch your mindset and you think abundantly, you're gonna see life in an abundant way.
I think it all does start with your mind, though.
It all does start with your mind, but you know, some people think, start with your mind and just think. It's not just about that.
Oh, it's about action. Yeah, 100%.
One of my favorite scriptures was out the heart of mouth speaks, innit?
Yeah,
That just
the
reinforces
abundance.
the fact that your heart is everything.
Out the abundance of the heart.
Out the abundance.
Yes.
See, even the word abundant is the heart. The word itself is abundance. So
Yeah.
you have to be using your words for life. Obviously, the tongue itself, you can kill someone with words saying,
Facts.
oh yeah, you're this or that.
Words
or you give
cast
life to
spells.
someone. You see what I'm saying? So it's like up to you to choose which one you want to run with. Us four here, I know what we chose. I know what we chose. We chose to give life to our words. That's why it's so important for us to speak through our heart good words that we can live a life of abundance.
100%.
That's why we call people kings and queens.
Facts.
You guys.
Facts.
Because I remember the first time someone I remember telling you about this, Rob. The first time
man.
someone called me a king, I said, I'm a king.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I am a king. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, how you doing, king? I'm like, I'm amazing.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what I'm saying? That I've been called a king, like, because not everybody gets to hear that every day of their lives or
Yeah,
regularly.
facts.
100%. And then eventually you start moving like a king now.
Exactly, bro. You got your chest out. You start walking confidently.
100%.
Facts. Nah, 100%
I think
agree.
you introduced me to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because before that, I didn't really know about the whole king thing. And I remember Ty called me king one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, just call me king.
Yeah.
I am a king, innit?
Yeah.
And I started calling other people kings.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And that's where it all started.
That's it, man. I feel like especially within the black community as well, as young black men, we don't really refer to each other with words of encouragement. You know, everyone's like my N word, this, my this, that. You know what I mean? Rather than my king, my black brother. Do you know? It is a shame. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm here to kind of break the mold. Doesn't mean to say that I call people king 24/7. No, being honest, but I will make a conscious effort when I can remember and be like, Tay said, for example, yo, king, what's good? How's your day been? Do you know what I mean? Just to what's the word? Just to let you know that I believe you are higher than you may even perceive yourself. Does that make sense? You are a king, even if you can't see it or see the manifestations of it. You are. Do you know what I mean? It's true. We're all black kings. You know what I mean? That's what I genuinely believe in it.
That's everyone out there too, man. Obviously, you might right now we'll call each other kings. You might not be in an environment where people call you king or queen, but
you might not feel like a king.
And also just to for all of us here right now, you are king, you are queen. I don't care what color you are, I don't care what gender you are too. You are king, you are queen. Believe in yourself too, because the first things first. If we believe in you, there's no reason why you shouldn't believe in yourself. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
And if it's someone out there is rooting for you, we're rooting for you too. So just believe in yourself before anything. You have anything to say on that, bro?
No, that's
nothing
bro.
to say
That's
on that.
it, man.
So my next question for you, man, is this. Obviously, how would you suggest people to not be so focused on other people? Because obviously, as we said, opposite of abundance is scarcity. So when people focus on other people, they're living in lack. As you said, the bucket is closed, not overflowing. So how would you suggest people to not be so focused on other people then?
I reckon just get busy, you know?
Yeah.
I reckon just get busy. Get focused on your own things. Do you understand what I mean? Like, when you are busy and you're building your own kingdom, you ain't got time to be thinking about someone else's. Like where I'm building my own clothing brand, I ain't got time to be looking at other people. Obviously, you analyze competition, but not in a hateful way. I'm building
progressive
my over here. You build yours. I made the best man win type of thing. You understand what I mean? So I reckon
but both of you could win though.
both of us can win.
Both of you can win.
Thank you.
But the best men win.
100%.
Yeah, I like that.
But I feel like just get busy, man. Stay focused on your own lane.
What about you, Broski?
Repeat the question, my bro.
So how do you, let me say that again myself. So how would you suggest people focus on themselves rather than focus on others?
How would I suggest people focus on themselves rather than focus on the others? I would just say find your purpose. And I know that's quite a blasé, generic answer that we've all probably collectively said at one stage in our life, but it's facts, man. Like by focusing on your purpose, and realizing what it is you want to do or where it is you want to be, you've now given yourself an end goal that you're gonna constantly work towards, because there's a difference between sitting on the sidelines of the track or being in the track doing the lanes yourself. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like when you're able to kind of identify exactly where you want to be, you're gonna spend less time investing energy into watching other people and more time investing that same energy into yourself. That's going to give you a better return because you're just aligning with where you're trying to go. That's what I would say still.
You know what, the Indy 500, I believe. Not the Indy 500, sorry, the horse races, the big horse races.
Oh, right.
I believe, right? They get hundreds of thousands of pounds of horses, right? And what they put on them, just very simple visors.
Blinders.
So what the blinders do, right? When they run the race, they don't focus on anyone else. These are the best trained horses, right? And they put blinders on them so they don't focus on anything else. They just focus on their own lane. 100%. And similar to what we just said there in terms of how to stay focused, it's simply just running your own race of endurance. As both of you said too, finding your purpose and finding why you're on this earth for, because you're here for a reason. You're not just here just for vibes, whatever you might believe. Once you understand what you're here for, then you could actually walk in that purpose. Because at the end of the day, right, if you're just walking and you're not without the visors, what you can really do quite easily is look to other people and get into their lane now. And rather than focusing on your lane, now you're going to their lane too, and then you're losing track of your own one. It gets messy, and then now you have to take time to get back to your lane too. It's very, very time consuming. So the best way to focus on others, most importantly, is first of all have a plan in place. What do I want out of this for myself? What's my end goal? What's my vision? Because we always say on this podcast, without vision we always perish, right? So what's your vision? How am I going to get there? Who's going to help me to get there? Who can I help on a journey to? And just run with those visors, man. Because there's a lot of obstacles in life. Life's always not going to be easy. But having that vision and purpose in place can help you just stay focused on the journey, man. And I'm sure you guys are walking through it right now. You guys, you know what you want. You know what you want. You know what you want too. And I know what I want too. So obviously we're just running through it. And of course, life comes to test us, similar to what we said in the podcast too. But it goes to show how much you really want it.
100%. They're speed bumps.
Precisely.
They're speed bumps. They're not brick walls. They're speed bumps.
Yeah,
I like
straight
that.
over them.
100%, man. 100%. What about you, broski?
I would just say having a vision.
Yeah.
Having a vision, and it's anything that doesn't align with the vision, discarding it. Having a vision and following it. That's my main. I just keep things simple. That's literally it.
Yeah. So for you, man, obviously, what you man doing the GQ stuff, your brand, your web designing, bro, mad stuff. Also in the corporate space. How do you guys live a life of vision? Because obviously, especially young people right now, a lot of distractions out there. We spoke about this in the car. How have you guys gone away from the trend? See what I did there?
Set that.
And live the life of vision. How have you guys done that?
I would jump in and just say that by being disciplined, and I literally said this last episode with Nero. Yeah, shout out Nero again. Is that my personal belief is that discipline and consistency is the glue that holds your success together. So for me, discipline and consistency, that formula, you'll never go wrong, I swear. And in terms of me being able to stay focused on the vision, it's because I'm so disciplined enough to negate things that don't serve me and negate things that are not congruent with helping me get to the end goal or fulfilling that vision. Does that make sense? So that's what I would say. I just feel like whenever temptation arises, which it will and it does constantly for all of us in all of our endeavors in life, I have to just kind of have those guidelines, which is the discipline to say that, nah, that's over there, but your end goal's over there. So why are you entertaining this? Or like you said, going left and right to get message, you know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
What about you, broski?
I reckon just don't focus on side missions, man. Don't focus on side missions. You've got this one mission in
What does
life.
that mean, side missions?
Side missions in life, there's going to be certain things that pop up.
Yeah.
And it could be in the form of anything. You know what I mean? It could be in the form of girls. It could be in the form of parties. It could be in the form of anything. Do not focus on side missions. Complete your mission, then you can focus on the side mission.
Precisely, man.
And again, you lot know I'm a big Nipsey guy.
Yeah.
Something Nipsey said in one of his songs is find your purpose or you're wasting air. Do you understand what I mean? Don't waste no air in this life. Do you understand what I mean? You ain't got time to be wasting any air. So figure out what your purpose is. What will you put on this earth to do? And then what I say all the time is like,
Strong.
when you're born, I feel like you're born with like a wet rag, a wet flannel now, yeah? But you gotta squeeze
Come
that.
on,
You
man.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
gotta
man.
squeeze that
Yeah,
rag.
man.
That's what I mean.
No, expand.
Break it down now. So let's just say you're born now and God's giving you this rag. And your target before you die is to squeeze this rag out as much as you can. So when you do that, you can throw your rag, it's dry. And how you squeeze your rag is by living in your purpose, doing all the things that you're set here to do in this life. You understand what I mean? So that's just what I think about. When distractions come,
That's good, man.
when these
Real
distractions
stuff.
come, I'm thinking, all right, cool. So when I'm sitting on my deathbed now, can I look back and say that my rag's dry? Do you understand what I mean? Can I just throw my rag, or is it still going to be squeezable? Do you understand what I mean? So that's what I think about.
Facts.
All the time, man.
And even adding on to Tate's point as well for further context, I feel like that analogy or phrase of squeezing your rag is simply just by you committing to live to your fullest potential. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to get to the end of your life like, oh, I wish I did this, or if I have this skill, but I wish 40 years back I should have took that chance. You know what I mean? So you got to live up to your fullest potential. Everybody here, I personally see, you are a professional in your own right. Do you know what I mean? Your skill could be, my skill could be web design. Your skill could be marketing, for example. Yours could be data and working with AI and stuff. Wherever it could be, that's your skill. Do you know what I mean? That's your profession. So it doesn't make any sense for you not to give that skill fully and squeeze that onto the world. Do you know what I mean? And if you was to reach the end of your life, touch banana wood. If you was to reach the end of your life and you don't do that, you haven't squeezed your rag. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd say.
100, man. So that's just what I think about, man.
And you know what is, one thing about purpose too, which is really important. I think you guys touched on it quite inherently right there. Purpose is always bigger than you. Like when you do anything in life, right, purpose has to be bigger than you. When you're squeezing out, you're not just squeezing it for yourself, for your own validation. You're squeezing out for other people too. Because end of the day, what's a life where you just gratify your own desires? That's not life, man.
100%.
That's what life's about. Life's all about impact. We always talk about this ourselves. Leave impact over impressions. We're all on social media. We know about this stuff here. We know about the numbers. We know about we know it feels good to get the viral content, but what's that really doing for us in the long run if no one's impacted? You see what I'm saying? Like,
that is a good point.
you can so easily get caught up in the numbers, right?
Hannah.
So easily. Sometimes you get views, you're like, bro, what's going on here? But then you don't see the people who are actually impacted. Me and John said earlier on today, I wish there was a number or a button.
A metric.
You see likes, comments, and impact.
Yeah.
That's what it's really about.
Madness.
That would be amazing.
Madness. Imagine Carnival now, yeah.
Bro, let's talk about that.
Okay, how do you get here?
Let's talk about that.
Carnival,
Yeah.
Me and Ty's walking through Carnival.
Yeah. But the tracksuit is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
The
Oh,
tracksuit's-
word, yeah, you lot coming like army.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah, the army.
You send me the video, I'll put it up here or something.
Definitely. We'll touch on that after as well. But I was just saying, like, in terms of impact to the podcast, like, when we're cutting through Carnival and people are coming up to us, like, on the random one, it'll be like a quick 5-second conversation, bro. You're inspiring me. Keep up.
That's what it's about.
Do you get me? You're impacting me. I watch your videos. Do you understand? It's like, cool. We're not getting hundreds of thousands of views
Yet.
but we're touching people. Yet. But we're touching people. Do you understand? And that means my job's done.
Impacting.
Bro.
Yeah.
Even if I impact one person, we're winning.
Do you see what, per episode? That's what we say. Even if we impact one person per episode, we've done our job.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because they could even continue to go impact other people.
Facts.
Precisely. It's all about that snowball effect.
Yeah.
That's what life's about. Use, and we said earlier on, your tongue can have life and death in it. we chose to put life to our word in the people. So if they snowball that on to other people, we done our job, man. That's what it's about. But also, you said carnival, right? What's the maddest place where people have seen you and shown you love?
That's a good question.
Chicken shop, cheat meals. Oh, this was just him, innit? This one even me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I go. Sometimes you go for like a little late snack.
Yeah.
You get me? So I must have scrolled down to cheat meals quickly.
Yeah.
Noticed that man's looking bummy when in there. Tracksuit, boom, boom, boom. It was all over the place. Walked to the counter now, and I'm seeing a girl just preeing me. I'm thinking, what is this girl looking at?
Yeah.
I don't know this girl.
Handsome man.
Handsome man.
But I went, I'm looking mad rough. Like rough. You get me? So I'm thinking, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I get to the till now. She's looking at me still. So I was like, what's going on? And she was like, I recognize you, from the podcast. Wow. Clothing brand as well.
That's amazing.
Mad. Like it was nuts. And I was thinking, damn, I'm looking pop down right now.
Yeah. We still recognize.
Yeah, brush with that, but the fact that I got noticed in the chicken shop, even the chicken shop, bro.
Jamaica, yeah.
That's what I was waiting for you to say that one as well. I was like, chicken shop.
Yeah, I was like,
is it Jamaica?
Talk to me about Jamaica, broski.
So, yeah, I went to Jamaica recently.
Nuts, bro.
Out there, and the similar situation.
Yeah.
The girl's looking at me. I'm thinking, what are you looking at?
How mad that is, bro?
Jamaica.
That's fire, though.
That's not the UK, bro.
Mad.
That's not the UK.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then I just approached her again. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, I recognize you from the podcast. Boom, boom, boom. She showed me that.
Was she Jamaican, by the way, this girl?
Nah, she was from the UK, but she was on holiday.
Still, bro, out there.
Still, it's mad.
Yeah.
And I think she was from Birmingham anyway. Type of
Berms.
Yeah. But
Big up B10.
Big up Bezos, man.
Big up Bezos.
Yeah, shout out Bezos.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
The impact's crazy. You can't really see the impact. You
Yeah,
can see the
yeah.
numbers, but you can't see
You can't
what
measure
the
it too.
numbers
I mean, so you can measure it, but you can't see it on the on
you
online.
can't.
It's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
What about you,
man.
broski?
For
What's the
me,
biggest what's
I'll
the
be
best
real.
place for
It
you?
would be carnival. I'm not gonna lie
Yeah.
because we're like, I feel like Tay is a bit more out there in the sense where like you're doing drop-offs for Trendset and whatnot. Yeah, so I'm not really. I'm in my yard in it more times. You know what I mean? Just that
Same
kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I'd say carnival was walking. I don't know if it was. It was probably both days. I'm not gonna lie. I'd say collectively between the 2 days, over 20 people probably came up to myself and Tay
Yeah.
and was like, yeah, something, Energizer. And for me, that was the most impactful thing. Just because when you're out in a scene like that, there's so many people. I'm just a random civilian to anyone else.
see what I'm
I
saying?
mean?
Yeah.
And people are spotting me like, raw. Yeah, I know this guy from somewhere. He had that video. Like one of my most viral videos from the podcast is "Choose a Woman Who Chooses You." That's
Okay,
on, like,
I remember that one.
I hold the breaks in that one, yeah.
about that.
But people come to me like, yeah, I seen your video, and it's just crazy. Like I'm at carnival vibing, and you know what I mean. Catch a wine, you know what I'm saying. And then people come up to me, I'm like, oh my days, son. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear
it was nuts still, and I just felt quite again overwhelmed, but in a good way to know that people are recognizing me, my name, my voice, my face, the brand is getting out there for
and
the
it's
right
a
reasons.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's for a positive thing. A lot of people's
stereotype.
and a lot of people, you know what I thought the other day, like a lot of people's grandchildren are gonna look back and see what their grandparents left on the internet.
Yeah, what?
And they're gonna be like, this is
Think about it,
crazy.
That's crazy. 'Cause
Yeah, word.
we can't look back at what our grandparents were doing.
Do you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
word. That's crazy.
And now they'll be able to find it.
Like,
Like my granddad was moving mad,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
my granddad was actually inspiring a generation
At
Yeah,
a young
word.
age too. in their
at a young
20s.
age.
My grandchildren are gonna look back and usually be like, "Right, my granddad can't spell maybe."
Good.
Yeah, good.
Nah, but it's
Yeah.
crazy, man. Bro, what about you, bro? What's the baddest place where I probably don't know the answer to this one, but let me know if I don't know. But what's the baddest place for you where you've been spotted, bro?
Oxford Street. That was random.
Like
that
a
was very
celebrity,
random.
bro.
I was. You see me? I felt like a celeb. I was like, what, me? Because I was walking down. I was with Holly. I was walking down Central, and I was like, this guy was looking at me like, just like you say, the girls are looking at you. Like, the guy was looking at me like, I was just listening to you. I was like, and he's like,
crazy,
you had an event the other day. I was like, yeah. And he was like, bro, your podcast is amazing. Rare. All
That's
this.
mad.
I was like, wow, because it's happening in my local area, and because obviously people know me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for it to be happening on Oxford Street, that is so random.
That is nuts, man.
It's crazy, bro. It doesn't even feel, bro. We have like what around like just over 1,000, both of us.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel real.
It doesn't, you know, because that's what I'm saying. Back to your point as well before, like you just see numbers. All you see is numbers,
Yeah.
reshares, likes, comments. You know what I mean? You don't see impact. You don't know that there's one person in Jamaica, for example, who's watching that, and that one video they've seen through you guys dropping gems has probably changed their life. It's changed the
what I'm
direction
saying?
of their life, all because of one 35-second clip
And they
that's
might
been
not even know.
edited. Do you know
They
what
might
I
not
mean?
even know it was you.
Thank
They
you.
might have thought it was just something that, oh yeah, I just had a switch in my mind. But it might have been something that you said, which was
You
a
could have
catalyst.
planted a seed. You know
That's
what I
that's
mean?
one of the episodes I watched recently, the catalyst one.
Yeah.
It was a catalyst for that change.
Yeah.
In their
strong.
life, and they didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
And man, the beat this year. See why abundance mindset is so important, because it's not. It shouldn't be about me versus you. It should be about impact other people. The purpose, as I said beforehand, it's bigger than us anyway. So
it's not about us.
Us focusing on us and what's going on here is the wrong mentality altogether. What we should be focused about is helping people reach purpose. That's the full end of the matter. It's not about us, and that's for everyone right now. Like, stop focusing on the next man or the next girl. Focus on how can I make this world a better place. That should be your final prerogative in all that you do.
Facts.
You're focusing on other things. You're focusing on the wrong thing altogether.
Facts.
You know, so mad about that. When you do focus on that, like you said, all the things, all the numbers and the money, that's gonna follow anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Byproduct.
So
It's a
focus on
yeah.
that value first,
And even facts to yourself, Tay, and you, my bro. Yeah, I feel like even adding onto that as well about what you were saying, Rob. Yeah, like what was I gonna say? I feel like especially within the black community, yeah, there's this whole stigma that, oh yeah, because he's another black youth over there, I can't support him, or we're opposing now. Do you know what I mean?
You're begging it.
Or you're begging it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to really dispel that myth seriously, innit? Because it's not good. Like, why is it strength? Why is it that in other communities, yeah, that they're so quick to support each other and bring, you know, you've climbed up, so you're gonna reach back and helping up someone else get to the same point. But in a black community, we want to be, oh yeah, made it out the mud by myself and all that bullshit. Do you know what I mean? This ain't Lil Baby, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, real world. Yeah, go alone if you want to go quick, go together if you want to go far, innit? We're all going very far, do you know what I mean? That's what we're doing in tandem with one another, innit? So support your people, especially for my melanated people watching this as well. Yeah, support your people, because at the end of the day, we all have the same end goal, which is to retire mumsy, which is to be successful, which is to live in accordance with our purpose, do you know what I mean? And maybe no longer exchange your time for money, do you know what I mean? Yeah, we all collectively got the same end goal. So why are we not teaming up to get there 4 times quicker between us, rather than me being like, yeah, bun them, man, I'm gonna do it on my own? Cool, do you know what I mean? I really have a strong point against that, man. So that's what I would say, if anything, man.
Amazing point, man. And you know what it is, yeah? Similar to what Tay said the other time, actually, it all comes down just to your ego, man. Like, you thinking you can do it by yourself, it's all ego thing, man. I can do it by myself. But no, that's not the truth. That's not true at all. If you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go with people. The ego is the thing that holds us back from a lot of things, a lot of good things in life. But I was thinking to myself, I can do it by myself. But no, you can't, man. You need people to go further with you.
You can do it by yourself, but you're not going to be that successful.
Exactly.
And it's going to take you a longer time to
Exactly.
That's what.
And I think that comes down to pride as well. For like, I don't know, man. I just feel like a lot of people, one of the catalyst reasons, which is why you want to do it on your own, is because you're prideful. You don't want to be able to ask for help.
Bro,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly like me. Like, so from when I first started Trendsetter, I was doing it by myself for about 3 years, and I like doing it by myself because it's like, I'm the man, I'm doing it by myself, innit? No one can even chat to me. I'm the boss.
Pride,
And then I started realizing I'm holding myself back because where I'm doing
You're the bottleneck.
5 jobs in a day, I could get someone else to do that job. I freed up a task for me now. You get me? And I can focus on what I actually want to do to build this business. So it's like when I started getting people on the team and delegating tasks, it's like, raw. Now I'm seeing the brand get to different ways. It's not just on my strength no more.
That's the thing about some entrepreneurs. They'll be the bottleneck of their company, and they'll be the bottleneck of their company until it's the death of them.
Talk on that, please.
Like it's very easy for you to be the bottleneck of your company. Like if you're stunting your company's growth.
That was exactly what I was doing.
Exactly, by not allowing it to grow. For your ego. Do you see what I'm saying? That self-made mentality ain't good, you know.
It's dead because all of the biggest companies out here,
they're not, bro.
built by one person.
Do you see what I'm saying? They're started by one, but it's not built by one. Bro, you could build a house by yourself, but it's gonna take. That's literally the perfect analogy of go alone and go further and whatever. Literally, if you build a house by yourself, people can do it. 100% people can do it. But if you build a house with a team of builders, it's gonna get done a lot more quickly and a lot more efficiently.
100%. And the quality is probably going to be better as well.
100, because people can focus on what they want to do. Exactly.
Where I'm doing Trendsetter, I'm not a marketer, I'm not an advertiser, I'm not a graphic designer. Do you get me? But when I started get graphic designers on the team, it's like, right, they done something I couldn't even do.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the brands looking a bit better. Do you understand what I mean?
A
bit, you know what I mean?
Humble, bro.
You get me? Yeah, man. So yeah, it's just about delegating. At some point, you got to realize that. Yeah, you're the man, but you can't do this all by yourself. You understand what I mean? Like, start getting people on your team, build your team.
You said a good point. No, you're on it, bro.
No, I was just gonna say facts, man.
No, but you said a very good point there. You're the man. A lot of men, then we have the same problem. We're talking about this in the car. A lot of men, then the pride is the biggest killer, man. Because women, they'll be like, yo, girl, like, I'm going through this right now. Talk to me, help me out. Man, then we're like, no, I've got this by myself, man. I'm the man. I can do this by myself, man. So it's so important.
Put on a brave face,
self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage. So it's so important for us as brothers to show the people that, like, hey, we are strong. Yes, we are strong, but we are stronger together as a collective. What's it called? The country goes faster when we're all together, not when we're beefing each other. I'll say that again, a bit slower. The country grows together when we're together, no one will beef with each other. Because when we're beefing each other, that's when things get slow, when things start to slow down. We don't walk in purpose properly. But when we're together, going together in the same direction, that's when things start to really move in the right way.
What you do when you add people to your team of whatever you're building, you add more hours in a day.
Yeah.
I've got 24 hours in a day. I had someone else, I've got 48 hours in a day now. I can get more done in a day. So you're holding yourself back if you don't start adding people to your team. Do you get me?
And you can't even get more done in a day. Your team can get more done in a day. Your brand, your business can get more done in a day. Because it's bigger than you. It's bigger than us. And even on the topic of abundance and scarcity, I have just thought in my mind that you know the ones you got to thought, but it's not fully formed yet. So it helped me out. So you see when there's certain goldfishes or certain fishes that can only grow to the size of their bowl or the size of what they're encapsulating.
Exactly
whatever,
what you mean.
you know what I'm going? And then me thinking that, like the small bowl, that's the scarcity mindset, right? And it can only grow to a certain amount thinking in that mindset. But then when it gets put in the sea, when it gets put in the ocean, suddenly it's got a huge fish bowl and it can grow a lot bigger. And that's the abundance. 100%. And thinking in that way and thinking in the scarcity, there's such a big disparity? Yeah. There's such a big disparity, such a big difference between the two. You can go so much further with abundance.
Your environment's important.
100%.
Surround yourself by the things you see on a daily basis. Like, you can be in this one environment, but you don't even know that it's a box. Do you get me? It's got 4 walls on it. You can't even get outside of this box. You can't even see it bigger because it's like everyone in this box is doing the same thing. They got the same mindset. They got the same goals. It's like, how can I aim higher than this when I don't see anything else?
Yeah.
But I dare you to step outside of that box now and see what people are doing. Your life's going to change.
Tune into it because you turn into what you tune into. When you tune into the other stuff, when you tune into the other stuff, that is what you will turn into. You won't be your environment anymore. 100%. You will be separated from that. 100%. Completely different.
That's a very, very good point, man. I want to pivot actually real quick, man. Because you spoke about abundance. I want us to talk about now about how you guys actually began. Because at the end of the day,
back to the start.
Back to the start. How did you guys begin, man? Like how
did
the
Energizer
Pod begin?
So how did the Energizer begin? So firstly, I've only known Tay for a year, innit? People get very surprised and think that we've been some long-term primary.
I would have thought that.
He's a stranger. He's a stranger. Who you got sitting next to me right now? Not even from the same area. Nothing. I'll let you tell you the story. So this time last year, it was, I'd say, start of August. Yeah, birthday's August, so it was July, innit? Like mid-July. One of my friends that I went college with had a house party in West London in Ealing, yeah. Okay. Small thing. Everyone went. Tabian, no, it wasn't even his fault. Still, one of the guys I went college with, it was like a closed party. You know that one guy's telling everyone now. You bro, 10 people in it. Man's calling 30 people, the whole football team. Do you know what I mean? Calling like the whole football team. Tay was called as well as one of the friends in his area that he decided to shout with the rest of the man them. So bare man just started turning up. Party got shut down. But me being me and Tay being Tay, that's why we're here today. We're seeing this as an opportunity in it. So my mindset was like, right, there's bare man here. Let me try and see who I can actually network with rather than just being a party that's getting shut down, so I can take something from it. And then I literally just started speaking to Tay. That's when I was fully running Ty Creates, my web design agency. He had Trendsetter, chopped it up on a business type of vibe about websites. I think initially I was going to make a website for him. Then we went after that, just chopping it up again. Must have went to Hernando's, just chopping it up. I had a business meeting about the website. It was nothing. Podcast was not even a word. With Tay, myself and Tay had a business meeting. Then for whatever reason, we decided not to go ahead with the website. But then we just started becoming brethren, whatnot, going out little shows, parties here, this, that, and the third. And I don't even know how, but you know, you're just talking with your boy. You're like, oh yeah, bro, you might see something on YouTube. Like, oh yeah, these guys are lit. What about you? Would you like doing a podcast or something along those lines? And then Tay was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind actually. And I swear down, now we're here.
That's the show.
I swear.
I was mad. Like before I even met Ty, I was speaking to some of my boys, and I said I want to start a podcast.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not gonna sit down on no camera and talk, bro. But it's that I didn't have no one around me to really do a pod. And then Ty, a couple months before you met me, he had a podcast as well.
Yeah, before Energizer.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't my podcast. I was a part of my one of my friends' podcasts, but that never came into fruition, innit? And I feel like everything happens for a reason. So like, 100%. I was just a co-host, but it wasn't my podcast. We did a full season, but it never came out for whatever reason to the public. Never came out. And I feel like it was at that point I realized that I got to take things into my own hands, and if I'm doing something or being involved in something, I need to have the rights to something. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm here giving all my investment without really getting any of the reward. Because obviously that's my network, but he was just like, I don't want to put it out, I can't do nothing now. And then literally Tay came, we spoke about podcasts. For him it was a bit of an eye-opener because like, raw, I've been trying to get this through to his man at the time. They weren't hearing it, I'm hearing it. But for me it's like, raw, it's a perfect opportunity to have something of my own. I've been known that I have like I have a strong opinion that I'd like to put out there to the public, which I was doing previously, but it wasn't mine, so I couldn't do anything. So I felt like my time had been wasted. So when I come with Tay now, this is ours. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I can actually go through with it and put it out there into the world. So
that's why I say it's
now we're here, man.
Like what type of perspective you have on situations.
100%.
Because I came to that party now, and a lot of the people I came with, they're looking for girls, looking to get high. I don't smoke when I have a good time type of thing. You get me? And then the place that I went, it's like, it's a very nice place. You know what I mean? So automatically I'm thinking, all right, cool. Who owns this place? Number one. Number two, who's in this place? Because they can help me in my journey. That's the mindset I had. So I networked and patterned with the owner of the house. Joe.
So that was my bedroom whose party it was to begin with.
Okay.
Shout out Joe.
Man.
He's my boy now. And I've done photo shoots in his penthouse. Do you understand?
Wow. Amazing.
On Trendsetter, if you see that penthouse, that's my boy.
Bro, please take this in, yeah.
That's my boy.
He went to a motive. He went to a party, and he came out with connections, valuable business connections, life connections.
You know what I mean? And because of that, I reckon that took Trendsetter to the next level because that photo shoot was one of our best photo shoots.
Definitely.
And then because of that, I met my brother Tyler and started this podcast. You know what I mean? So look for opportunities in any situation that you're in.
Facts. And also I'd say the biggest gem as well, if anything, that you guys should be taking is that literally like, don't confine yourself to what you know and who you know. Like I like to say that everything I've learned up until this point has brought me to this seat right now. So that means if I want to come back to the seat maybe, or I want to do more, I need to be more, I need to evolve more, I need to learn more. Does that make sense? So I also feel like looking at your people who are around you, don't confine yourself, oh yeah, because the man them are these four guys I've known since year 10, those are the man them back then, that has to only be my set friends now. Don't be closed-minded and have that scarcity mindset we was talking about. Be abundant enough to know that I'm able to build a connection, a relationship, a network with a random stranger who was Tay at the time, and now fast forward about 30 months later, he's my business partner. Do you know what I mean? Just from that.
It's crazy, man. A lot of people who I know from school times, they're so secluded to the people they're with. Oh, they've been my boys since year 8. That's my group, right? I'm like, why are we doing that? Why are we not trying to expand? This is a testimony to it. When you expand, you open yourself up to new people, being new people. You can make amazing connections. And look at you right now. Our story's a bit different to your one.
I was about to say that. It's so funny. We've known each other since like year 7.
That's good though. You clearly
we never like were like together, like we never like spoke like that, but we've always known each other with like same form and that kind of stuff. And it was only after school when we actually started speaking on a level, and it was like, oh, so you think this way too? Oh, you think this way too? Let's do Clubhouse. It was like Clubhouse, and then, you know what I'm saying? But what I think was funny about what you said, not funny haha, but funny, you know what I'm saying? Interesting. Is when you said you had a podcast beforehand. And you said you wanted to start one after that. You already had the foundational knowledge of how to start a podcast, record a season, so you can start off with a bang. And that's why, literally, to your point before, absolutely everything in life happens for a reason. And everything, all of your decisions have led you here. And everything is your fault, good or bad.
Yeah, I genuinely believe that. Even little things like, again, you guys probably know I'm very spiritual, you know what I mean? So I believe in the universe, I believe in frequency, everything happens for a reason, Like, even little things like, what if I didn't go to the party? What if the guy, so Ricardo, shout out Ricardo, who's our mutual,
He didn't invite me.
What if he didn't invite him?
You know what's mad? I wasn't even gonna come because my barber couldn't give me a trim.
Exactly. What if the barber weren't trying to fix up the hairline? He wouldn't have came.
Nah, man came with. I got the trim.
But do you know how many like variables there is to this story? I don't think people actually understand. Like, what if literally, Tay got there, stayed for 10 minutes. This party shit. I'm going in. Wouldn't have met me. Do you know what I mean?
I got there, bro, and I was thinking, I don't even want to chat to my man.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Fuck this guy. My man,
you get me? So yeah, man. There's a lot of different variables that went well. Do you understand?
Bro, life is so complex, and that's why I believe everything has to happen for a reason.
You know what?
How can it not?
You know what? I like what you said there. Life's complex, but I don't know. I don't really agree with that though.
Go on.
I think life's very simple, man. I think we complicate life. Like life,
agreed.
There's as you said, a lot of speed bumps along the way, but really and truly, the life's just a straight lane, man. Obviously, life's gonna come, it's gonna be highs, it's gonna be lows, but I think we complicate it ourselves. I believe life's very simple. Like, what I mean, obviously, it's not easy to like to find purpose and walk in purpose, but really and truly, as long as you're in touch, obviously, I'm on a faith in it. So as long as you're in touch with the person who created you, I'm like, okay, cool. What do you want me to do? I find that and I walk with it. I walk with it until the end. That's why I believe life's simple. Of course, life does come to test you, as you always said, but I don't really believe life's too complicated, to be honest.
I didn't say complicated, I said complex.
I don't think life's too complex either.
But that's not a bad thing that it's complex. Because complexity means that there is so many different parts of it.
Yeah.
Like life is beautiful.
Life
You
is
got
amazing.
trees that grow automatically
Yeah.
in nature.
Yeah.
You got people that grow automatically in life.
Yeah.
Our bodies themselves are complex.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it complicated.
Yeah.
There's so many complexities in life.
Yeah.
But life is simple. It's just like how things are simple.
We agree with each other.
I think you are. You just from
I think we are, but we're just on different planes.
same,
Yeah,
same end goal, different journey to get there. That's
Precisely.
what I think.
essentially.
Yeah. I mean, so you think life's complex?
I think it's 100%,
Okay.
because there is so much to life.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much to life
Yeah.
that
No,
makes it
the only
complex.
reason why I say it's simple because there's nothing new under the sun. We all know how we're gonna start. We know how we're gonna end.
Mm.
It's just little different variables along the way.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
life for me
yeah.
is very simple.
You
but-
can simplify. I think life is complex, but you can simplify it.
yeah.
I think you can simplify it because you live, or you're born, you live, and you die.
Yeah.
That's literally life in its simplest form.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about that?
And actually, matter of fact, sorry, just off the back of that as well,
Yeah.
one thing I realised is you lot speak about death a lot.
this guy, it's not even me,
You lot
it's
speak about
him.
death a lot.
It's
Like,
him. He's like,
I
oh,
realised
yeah,
I
squeeze
talked
my
about it like 5 times on
Why?
the episode. Like,
Because that's like that's what I think about when I think
That's
about
jokes.
like, where I wanna. I was gonna say
Where would it be?
No. God forbid. Sorry, but I think like, all right, cool. When I do go now,
Yeah,
I wanna
yeah.
make sure that
In 90 plus years time.
Yeah.
that I want to make sure that I leave a legacy
Mm-hmm.
behind. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
What's Tay gonna be remembered by?
Mm.
Like I don't want when I
Facts.
die, like give it 5 years. Tay was here in it, like
Yeah.
nothing to show for it. You understand what I mean? So it's not that I like talking about death at all. Do you get me? But it's just like I just want to make sure that my life is lived properly. So when I just go, like we all are gonna go. Not for now, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That we leave a legacy behind.
Facts.
Do you get me?
And you squeeze out that rag.
Squeeze the
Facts.
rag.
And
Right,
for
I can
me,
squeeze it, man.
I'd probably say, I wouldn't say like we'll talk about death, but I'm someone who likes to always work backwards, you know what I mean? So it's like, for me to start on my journey, which I have been now, and I've been, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Recording my journey through the podcast, yeah. I need to find out what the end goal is. Do you know what I mean? So the end goal is not actually the death itself, but it's the point before that. So when I've made all my millions, where do I want to be? That's the end goal. And then once I've set that defined end goal, now I can work back to where I am, which is just the start. Do you know what I mean?
I like
I've
that.
got a
Man.
question for you guys though. Yeah.
Oh, go on.
Ooh, I like that.
What's the end goal for the podcast? Is there an end goal? Like what's the vision for the pod? For purpose led.
What?
First,
That's a good
Oh
question.
yeah, 100%. You see, Earn Your Leisure,
Yeah.
similar to what they're doing.
Yeah.
Make this thing international, man.
Yeah.
And inspire people all across the world. Because even after something that you lot said, which even kind of changed my perspective, as I was saying to Rob, like I was saying to Rob at one point, do I actually want to be that guy that goes out and I can't even go to Tesco no more? And I'm with my family and people asking for pictures and I'm with my babes and the people asking for pictures and it's all long. Do I want to be that guy? But something that you lot, I can't remember who said it, you might remember, but you lot said, it's about impact. It's literally about impact. Like you can just come. Some people just come and go. I think someone was saying about like leaving a legacy or like, is
Yeah,
it
that
possible
was
to not
Tay
leave a
still.
legacy or something like that?
Yeah, that was Tay.
It's bro, like
More death talk.
you see what I'm saying? But it's like I want to actually leave an impact on this world because you can have money, you can have whatever.
Yeah.
But if you don't leave stuff for like the next generations to come, that's if you don't leave the world in a better position than it was before, in a better way than it was before, then what have you really done?
That's what I'm saying.
What have you really done? So yeah, I want this thing to go international. Before I wasn't too sure, but now I want this thing to go international and affect many, many lives.
Similar to what bro just said there. For me, I keep on saying it. The tongue. The tongue has life and death in it. I want this tongue, I want our tongues, the guests, you guys also, to help us spread the word all around the world, man. Because everyone deserves this stuff, man. A lot of people are in dark places where they feel like there's no way out. I want us to be a light to show them, no, you can do this. You can live a life of abundance. You can live a life of purpose. You can live a life of gratitude. You can live a life where you had a bad start and you're going to go to great places. We had one guy who spoke to us, right? Big up Ollie, man.
Big up Ollie.
Big up Ollie, man. He told us that he's going to end it all. Very, very sad. Me and him have a heart to heart. And he told me I could share this. Have a heart. He said he was like about to end it all. After watching the podcast, he said to me, Rob, you and John have changed my life and I'm in a good place right now. His bio right now even says, be comfortable being uncomfortable, which one of the episodes, shout out episode. And that's what I need to do. He lives in Wales. Never met before in my life, but big up Ollie, man. I know he's gonna see this. We want to go all around the world and spread. I went to Cardiff last month right now. I was at Nando's. The guy said to me, I recognize your podcast. That's what you want to do around the world. Just like you said in Jamaica.
Madness.
That's what you want to do.
Cardiff.
Cardiff.
Yes.
What am I doing in Cardiff?
What are you doing in Cardiff?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
You can't see that through the numbers.
You see what I'm
You
saying?
can't see that you saved his life through the YouTube or the views. You understand what I mean? So the impact's there, man.
100%, man.
For real.
100%. What you gonna say, bro? Yeah.
No, that's about it.
Anything to say there?
Just strong, man. I can't lie. A lot of the time I'm just here, just listening, but yeah, it's just strong.
Wait, do you not
man.
go gym?
Yeah.
Come on.
I can't lie. I've been
I know
slacking.
you. Actually, no, I know you've been going
Yeah.
gym because you put it on Snap and that.
Yeah, I've been slacking
Shots
though.
to you, fam.
Yeah,
Exactly that, just
Serious.
Right. So
Yeah.
before every episode, if you guys don't know, do push-ups in it just to make sure our energy's right. It's called the Energizer, so we have to have it.
All
It
right.
was funny. We used to do that as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we used to. Yes, we do. You not remember in the first studio?
Yeah.
We used to do that
No
because there was
way.
some. Have you ever got it like sometimes where you just like
Energy ain't there.
it's just you just not.
Oh, yeah,
it's just
yeah,
not
you know,
right.
you know, yeah.
It's just not
Well, even
right.
Clubhouse, we used to do it too, you know, on Clubhouse.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Clubhouse
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
And do you know what's funny as well? Back to the topic of everything happens for a reason. We really do believe everything happens for a reason. Even if you're not performing your best, even if you haven't got the energy for that podcast, energy podcast, big up you, man. Big up you, man.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Even if you haven't got the energy for the podcast, that's for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's something that you need to do. Maybe it's
Yeah.
something that you need to fix. Maybe it's some part of your routine that you didn't do earlier.
Facts.
You can learn something from that.
Everything's
And
a
maybe
lesson.
even like the other day, one of our guests couldn't come, unfortunately. He came through again. Like he's an actor. Big up Shay. That podcast's going to come out soon.
Yeah, big up Shay,
He
man.
couldn't come through, unfortunately. And then we were like, okay, what are we going to do? We were in this exact room for about an hour and a half. Couldn't come up with something. Everything will come. Bro, me and Rob did the episode. We were like, at the end, we were together. That was meaty. That was meaty. That was
It
not
happens
right.
still. It happens.
happens.
But afterwards, after we did that, an hour and a half later, if we would have done it with the guy, we would have been gone. We met some amazing people that are potentially going to come on the podcast afterwards
So, I mean,
and could do a lot for the podcast. And it was only because we were struggling for that hour and a half, and it never would have happened otherwise.
for a reason.
Pain to purpose, man. That was
Pain to
painful.
purpose.
That was painful. We're just there looking at each other, twiddling our thumbs. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about, fam? You know the ones that you finish the episode, you're like, this was meaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
was like-
happens. Trust me. Like, don't get twisted. Like, you guys can relate definitely because you have a podcast yourself. But sometimes even episodes you might even have out right now, people are like, oh yeah, episode 16. I'm like, man, shut your ass up, man. That was a dead episode. That was rubbish, man. My energy weren't right.
Yeah, man.
Hairline
Exactly.
not even intact and
see what I'm
whatnot. Do you know what I mean?
But sometimes those are the episodes that actually affect people the most.
Yeah.
The ones that one of the ones that we put out there, I wasn't even expecting to do well. We're just like, okay, let's put it out there. You know what I'm saying? We said a couple good things that people can get some value from. Let's put it out there. We're like, oh, so people are really feeling it.
Self-limited beliefs.
Self-limit beliefs, and that was one of our best performing ones. Like literally from us, no guess, nothing, just from
Yeah.
us. And the YouTube algorithm said, "Yep, I like that. Let me make it take off."
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, man.
Because I think people can just clock like that raw energy. See when something's not
100%.
really planned,
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
speaking from the dome, like from your heart. Type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
yeah.
They can clock that and they relate to that.
Most
so that's
definitely.
probably why it done well. Do you get me?
No, I love that,
100%.
man.
Nah,
But
facts.
you know, in conclusion, yeah, obviously there's so many more things we can talk about.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap it up right now.
Yeah.
But
in
I want to
conclusion.
ask you guys a question, right? What's the biggest lesson you guys have learned on us? So you guys are 8 months or 9 months into the podcast.
Nine
now.
months.
9 months, yeah.
That's a pregnancy, man.
But I was about to say the same
That's the
thing.
whole baby.
So
So that could be a sign that you're going into your growth period.
But it's the same thing, bro.
9
man.
months, bro.
Metaphor for life.
You know what I'm
Baby's there
saying?
and I have to pop off, and by grace that you guys will
Pop
pop
off.
off too, man. But
It's gonna
the question
happen.
is, yeah, what's the biggest lesson you guys have learned so far on this
Mm.
journey?
What a question.
Well, I'd say not to be afraid to share your journey, innit? Because on the podcast,
Yeah, that's good.
I've like let out a few personal stories. Type of
Yeah.
thing. I even said to Ty, bro, I'm not too sure if I even want to put that in a podcast. I just put it out there. And it's like people are messaging me saying, yo, I relate to that situation. 'Cause I went through something similar. Or I'm going through something like right now. Do you get me? So it's like,
Wow.
put your stories out there, man. Like everyone's going through their own trials and tribulations,
Come on.
regardless. Do you get me? So
Yeah.
put that out there. You never know who you're impacting.
That is
still.
absolutely
One thing around that, vulnerability is vital.
Yes.
Vulnerability is vital, especially
Bro.
when you're trying to share a message. It is so vital because people, you never know who can relate.
I could talk on this for hours, guys.
For
but
real.
You see what it is, yeah? Vulnerability in itself is a currency. No one cares about you showing the highs of your life, the cars, the girls, the women, the house. No one cares about that stuff there. What people actually care about is, I was going through something peak, you went through it too, but most importantly, you went through it, you overcame it too. And the reason why it's so important...
That's what I'm saying. It's like a sorry, bro.
No, go run it, bro.
I was gonna say it's like a movie. Like all the best movies are the movies that there's a guy plain sailing, then he goes through a mad situation, then he jugs to get out of it.
Come on.
Exactly.
Those are the best movies. So when you're going through a trial and tribulation in your life,
Yeah.
think about, alright, cool, I'm just in that part of my movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm going through the
you're not going to
trials.
watch a movie which is positive the whole way through.
Who wants to watch that, fam?
Do you see what I'm saying?
As I always say, take heed in the fact your brothers and sisters are going through the same problems. The fact is this, right? You've gone through something now and you overcome it, meaning that now someone else is inspired. If you just go through the highs, talk about the highs, no one can really relate to that because life's not always going to be roses. Sometimes it's going to be some dark times, dark days. But in the day, us showing the sad spaces, being vulnerable, can help someone believe I can get through this too. If he's been through it, he got through it, then I can get through it too. You guys know about my speech. I couldn't speak for a long time. People can relate to that. Right, you couldn't speak, and I was speaking in front of 250 people.
That's why you need to be proud of yourself, fam.
Thank you, bro,
For
man.
you to speak on the stage.
Thank you, bro.
Alright, round of applause for my boy.
Serious, bro.
Thank you, man.
Bro, like, for the fact that you started off, you wasn't able to speak, and now you're speaking in front of 250.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Just to start.
Just to start, man.
And Ty?
Repeat the question again, my brother. Like, you want to jump in jail? Just like,
What's the, I saw you just listening. What's the biggest lesson so far?
Biggest lesson I've learned so far from doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I'll probably just say be myself. And I know that sounds quite shallow at an overview, but just to kind of flesh that out some more, I say that I've always struggled with being my authentic self in fear of not really being accepted for who I am. Do you know what I mean? Like, feel like sometimes I've had to kind of come from a scarcity mindset and go from a lack of perspective to fit in with certain groups, certain crowds, certain
100%.
individuals. You know what I mean? So when I started the podcast, I made a vow to myself that I'm just gonna be me. Even if it's a thing where obviously I'm Caribbean, I'm always busting an accent, blah, blah, that's me. Do you know what I mean? You might that's actually who I am. Do you know what I mean? Or there's different shades of me. Like I'm quite hyperactive, as Tay knows, but I can also drop the gem. That is me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've heard.
So I just say that I've just made a commitment, and that's the biggest lesson I've learned, is that it's okay to be yourself. And I genuinely believe that not many people can say that they are being authentically them. You're being a version of yourself that you know is going to be received well by the end person, by that other person, by your audience. You know what I mean? But I feel like as an individual, when you say to yourself, I'm gonna just be me, bun it. If you rock with me, you do. If you don't, I wish you the best.
Question. Ask a question. How do you do that in the corporate space? Obviously, you work in.
Do you do
Good
that?
question.
How do you do it?
Good question. I would say yes, I am my authentic self, but it's a watered down version of my authentic self to fit my environment. And even though people be like, raw, like he's saying a minute ago and he's doing this.
It's watered down, bro, man. I think it's just about you being a chameleon. Do you understand?
Yeah, that's what I would say. I refute my point. I refute my point. I'm not watered down at all, but it's just reading the room and showing a different side of myself and adapting to the audience same way. That's what I would say. No, I'm not watering myself down. I'm being my same self, but I'm just showing you a different side of myself. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, back to my point, just be your authentic self, man. Because like I said, it sounds like, oh yeah, easy, be yourself, but a lot of people on social media cannot be their authentic self. You cannot be true to you. Do you know what I mean? So I'll just say, yeah, man, biggest lesson, just being me, being 100% tired. That's who I am.
I relate to that 100%. I remember even at the start, like I was even finding it difficult to post on Snap.
Yeah, see?
Like, these people don't know me.
See?
They don't know the real me. They only know me of me posting, oh yeah, I'm in the gym. Or me posting this, that, the other. They don't know the real me, like how I speak, how I interact with people, the kind of things that I say, what I'm interested in as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I would be accepted, but I said, bun it, man, let's run it.
Yeah.
I just did it anyway.
That bun it, man, let's run it.
Bun it, man, let's run it. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, man. I think for me, my big lesson so far, the journey, similar to what you just said there, man. Just be vulnerable, man. You never know you can help through the journey, man.
100.
Life is, like I said, bro, said complex. We said simple. Life, in a sense, is simple. We live, we die, right? But along the journey, there's still road bumps which we all go through. If I go down the A4, for example, or any road, everyone's going through the same. Everyone's going to go through the same. Everyone's going to go through the same speed bump on the road. The road, there's only one route. So all go through the same speed bump. But how do you overcome that? How can I inspire someone else to go through the same thing and make it through the other side? That's what my biggest thing is. So I think my biggest lesson of this podcast is for me just to understand that it's okay to be vulnerable and it's okay to let people in, because by doing that, you can inspire people, man. Like, as I said beforehand, the people who we've inspired, I never would have thought by me just sharing my story, I could have done that. But glory be to God, I've done that. And bro's done that too. So I think my biggest take there, man.
Biggest one for me, consistency. Realizing that consistency actually makes crazy things happen.
It does.
I didn't realize that just uploading a TikTok a day would lead us to here. Got like what, 5K now, something like that. But then the way that the things are popping off now, the videos are popping off now, are not the same way that they were popping off before. But it's literally with consistency, building it up and doing the podcast every other week. Who would have known? But all you would know, the only way you're going to know is if you are consistent with what you want to do. It's the same with it. We always relate it to the gym, because so many things can be related to the gym. When you're consistent in the gym, you will literally see it, and other people see it. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
That's good.
Experience.
That's really good, man. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, that's what I have to say about it.
But also, last thing we have to say before we go, very, very quickly, which you ask all our guests before we close out. First things first, I'm going to ask you first, broski. Ty, is Ty happy where he is right now on his journey of life?
Ooh, yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is. I got to clear my chest thing. Yeah, yes, dog. I'm happy. Yeah, you understand? I'm happy. Genuinely, I'm happy. I'm living in my purpose. I woke up this morning. Short answer, I'm happy.
Love it.
Strong.
Man.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm happy still. I know there's more out there for me.
Yes.
I'm not fully happy, but I know there's more that I can achieve in it. But I'm grateful in it. I'm grateful. I'm happy.
I love that, man. Well, do you know what? In final words, we're all very young right now. We're walking on purpose. And the thing is, though, I think the whole point of this whole episode here to show people that we could be young, we can inspire each other, we can love each other,
be in the same field,
be in the same field, not the same lane, as bro like to say, which is very true, and still win. So my final words is this. I'm gonna say it off camera. I'll say it again now. I hope you guys reach all the parts of the world, 100%.
And likewise,
Africa, Asia, Europe, every single place, man. Because what do you say? 7.3 plus billion people on this earth. Who's to say we can't have all of it?
Yeah,
100%. You know what I'm saying? So let's go for it, man.
And more.
Let's win. Let's inspire each other and let's push each other on.
My brother.
Strong.
Yeah, man. But boys,
and don't be afraid to join the audience. Listen, like Energizer and Purpose Led, similar stuff, man.
Strong.
yeah, man.
Join up on our things for real.
Oh yeah. Last but not least, shout out to 2911 podcast, my boys.
Yes, big up
They
being in
reached
them, man.
number 1 on the charts for religious and spirituality podcasts.
Yeah, that's
in
I rate
UK.
that still.
That's
Come on.
big, man. So big them up too. But guys, we are done. Don't
Oh
rush.
no, hold on. We got a flipping podcast. Of course we got a podcast. We got a live podcast, an event coming up. We got an event coming out.
Yeah.
People, if you're around on the 25th of September,
Make sure you're around.
you're around.
If you're busy, free up that time. You see it? Yeah.
Make sure you prioritize the 25th. You not coming?
I'll be there still.
There
you go.
What day is it? Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Cool, I'll make the time.
26th.
25th.
25th, mark that another calendar.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As you said,
Be there.
live podcast. The topic's gonna be start now, trust your process. Apart from that too, it's gonna be live dilemmas too. So we're talking to people in the audience,
DJ,
DJ
food,
there too.
everything.
Live,
man.
yeah,
Thing.
Q&A,
Serious.
networking, food there. We got you guys for tonight, man, or that
real.
night in particular. So guys, come through. Our last event was good. This one's gonna be even better by far.
Come on.
So come through, network of people, meet like-minded people, man. But guys, have an amazing day.
Have an amazing one.
Look after yourselves.
Yes.
And always remember, as the brothers say, stay charged up.
Stay charged up,
man.
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
Strong, is it?
Yeah, man. Have a
All
good
right.
day.
In a bit, people.
In a bit,
Bow.
people. Bow.
Man, them, that was proper.
Nah, I can't lie. That was a good
Having us,
episode still. That was a good episode still.
Rob said it was going to be a movie, but of course it was going to be a movie. And it was
Serious.
That was a cinematic right there.
That was
Can you find that, man?
good still.
Yeah? That was smooth, man. That was very, very smooth, man.